Now, don't be fooled by the title of today's show. Now, I guarantee you, it doesn't necessarily have anything to do with business, but it does have everything to do with business and technology. Today's show is about, looking out for the older generation, looking out for, our moms, our dads, the old person in the neighborhood. You know what I mean? Maybe the old person that's living down the street that doesn't have any family. And so today, I decided to do a show primarily based on my experiences with my mom and some other older people in my family. And in case you don't know me, I'm AJ, your host of the Startup Junkie. I run a company called ThinkGrids Media. We're an Inc. verified company, digital asset management and development. And I'm not going to spend too much time on that. I'm just going to get into why I'm doing today's show. Top tips on looking out for the older generation, especially now in this environment. There are a lot of people that are afraid, that are scared out there. And I would have to say probably the most vulnerable amongst us. I mean, everyone can possibly get COVID-19. But probably the most vulnerable among us are those people with underlying conditions, as well as seniors, who chances are, if they've lived long enough in this country or anywhere, they probably have some type of underlying condition. So in preparation for this show, I'm basically using my experience with my own family, with my mother, and helping my mother kind of connect with technology because honestly, she doesn't know a whole lot of things outside of the Home Shopping Network or QVC. She doesn't even know how to text. Well, now she does. But anyway, so I just wanted to do today's show. I wanted to suggest some tips on how you can help that old person that you know, or the older generation person that you know, or somebody that may not be adept or that understand technology and how technology can actually make their life easier and can actually protect their health, especially during this time. So I'm going to share with you the top 4 tips that I've actually implemented in helping my own family out. It's because of the technology you still can get what you want, and this is some of the things that I shared with the people in my life. So I am just going to get into it. Number 1, if you know an old person, okay, that may not understand technology, definitely introduce them to Amazon, okay? You know as well as I do, with Amazon, you can pretty much get whatever you want on Amazon, right? When everyone was fighting over Clorox wipes in the stores, I was able to get Clorox wipes on Amazon. Yes, Clorox wipes. No, I didn't pay a price gouge. I actually paid less than $12 for each canister of Clorox wipes. Okay, well, Lysol wipes, that is. So if you know an old person that, and when I say old person, they primarily watch TV late at night and they order crap loads of stuff off of QVC and the Home Shopping Network. Definitely introduce them to Amazon. And I'm not saying eBay, because eBay could be a bit complicated, but definitely introduce them to Amazon and help them understand how they can pretty much get whatever they want on Amazon. Case in point, what I was able to do is I was able to show my mom the Amazon how to go in and create an account for her on Amazon, put her credit card information in, and I downloaded the app to her phone. But more importantly, I showed her how to use specifically the one-click option. Because when she wanted something, how to search for something, when she wanted something, and she found the right price, and also I signed her up as a Prime member. Basically, how all she had to do was just click one button, and the stuff would be on the way to her. So if you know an older person, someone from that generation prior to you, someone that's living down the street, help them out. Okay, just go to them and say, hey, I see that you have to go to the store. Maybe you can avoid putting yourself at risk and just order off of Amazon, right? and then help them out. Show them how to get the Amazon. If they don't have the internet, because believe it or not, in this day and age, there are a lot of people who don't have the internet, right? Show them how to use the app on the phone. Show them how to download the app on the phone. Show them how to use it to protect them so they can stay in their home. All right. The second thing is primarily show them how to download the apps, how they can download such, not only the Amazon apps, but food apps, such as the Burger King app, right? Such as DoorDash, such as any food app where they don't have to leave their homes. And all they got to do is, with a few simple clicks, order what they want and have it delivered to their home. Okay? Do that. Do that for someone that you know that may not be, strong in technology. In fact, in business school, one of the main things that they talk to us about, basically what one of the biggest impediments in business is the digital divide. Okay? And that's primarily between the younger generation and the older generation as it relates to technology. Now, most people that I know, they're in their 40s and their 50s like me, they understand technology pretty well. But once you start getting 60s and 70s and even 80s, they don't really understand technology. So I'm asking you, if you know someone like that, help them download some apps, but more importantly, help them protect themselves, especially during this time. Now, I said Amazon, and I have food alert, okay? And I'm going to talk a little bit about protecting the older person in your life, okay? So I'm going to move on to number 3, all right? Number 3, contingency, okay? If you know someone that's older, have a conversation with them, and this is going to be centered around technology, and I'm going to share number 4 with you in just a second, and how you can use technology to actually help the older generation connect, and how you can protect them. All right? Come up with a contingency plan with an older person that you know, an older person that you're looking out for, especially during this time. And this is just a heartfelt message that I'm just sharing with you, because I really realize, basically from talking to older people, just how vulnerable some older people are. You know what I mean? And so I think as a younger generation person, it is up to us, and I'm really not that young, but I know tons and tons about technology because that's where I operate. If you know someone that's old, the old person that's down the street, okay, help them out. Just help them out. You know what I mean? Help them out. Come up with a contingency plan for them and say, hey, look, I'll be checking on you. I'll be calling. Okay. I'll be texting you. This is how you use technology to stay connected. And I know you probably don't want to talk to me all the time, but if I text you, this is how you respond to me. So teach them how to text. Okay. Come up with a plan that if they're having a problem, then you can actually help them by calling someone yourself. So come up with a contingency plan, a what if plan. And number 4, primarily, part of the contingency plan is leveraging technology to actually help monitor that older person that you know, okay? That's through cameras, GPS monitors, and on-the-go devices. Now, I'm going to explain all 3 of these and what they mean, okay? Now, I live across town from my mother, right? However, all the cameras that are connected in my house, I took one of those cameras and I put that camera in my mom's house so I can see her anytime I want to check on her, right? No, I'm not invading her privacy. She knows the camera's there, all right? But it's just a way how we can look at it. And you might be saying, well, how can you have care and then have a camera over there? Well, because of technology, all you need is the app. We use Samsung's smart devices, okay? So not only can I check on my home, but I can also check on my mother's place and her as well. So think about leveraging technology such as cameras, to stay connected with the older person, the older generation, and looking out for the older person in your life. Now, GPS monitors and on-the-go devices. And you might say, well, what are those? Most people, when they think of on-the-go devices or they think about GPS, they think about Life Alert. Yeah, true. Life Alert is one, but there are also several devices out there that you can actually that actually work with your current phone service, your current cellular service, such as AT&T as well as Verizon. Okay, don't know too many that work with T-Mobile, but I'm quite sure there are some out there. But anyway, I'm going to share my screen with you, and I want to tell you more specifically about the one that I like is Mobile Guardian. Basically, Mobile Guardian works at AT&T cellular networks. It's a GPS, okay, GPS detection that starts. I only pay like $40 a month for it, but with it, I can track, mother's movements. There's two-way communication between with a 24-hour operator, and of course you can adjust the volume. So why am I sharing all of this with you today? Well, let me just switch cameras here. All right. I'm sharing this with you today because I think it's important, especially during this time, that we let the older generation know that we're still here for them. Okay. Let them know, just if you're like me, like when I went off to college, I barely talked to my parent. I barely talked to my mom because I was so busy into my life. You know what I mean? In fact, I'm kind of feeling it now with my own child, because my child would rather call me, she'll just text me. And you know how the younger generation is, right? So I'm just saying to you, during this time where there are the older generation, especially with everything that's going on with COVID-19, you really want to stay connected with the people that are in your life, the older people that are in your life. And you can leverage technology to do that. You can leverage technology not only to communicate with them, but leverage technology to actually, help them stay safe. In other words, help them stay in the house, during this time, and order stuff. Now, I know there have been some talks about, packages and people getting sick from picking up packages. Now, what I've been able to do is basically every package that comes, might seem a bit paranoid, cardboard, I just spray it. Okay, I spray it with Lysol, or I wipe it down. The package inside the package, I wipe it down. Why? Because I think it's important for us to stay on top of what's going on with the COVID-19 situation and stay safe as possible so we can be here for those who are the most vulnerable. That's my message today. All right. So I'm AJ, your host of the Startup Junkie. Be sure to check out the Startup Junkie right here on this social channel. Right now, we're multi-streaming across all of our Facebook pages, right here on my personal profile, as well as the StartupJunkieLive.io Facebook group, and also the Think Grids page. And we will starting next week, be going live on IG. All right. Also, be sure to check out the Startup Junkie Live podcast. We are in the midst of building out a website to where you can catch all of our content that we share right here on these social channels in the form of podcasts, where you'll be able to download it, listen to it on demand. But until that website is available, you can find us on iTunes, iHeart Media, Spotify, as well as TuneIn. So with that said, I'm AJ, and I can just simply say to you, everyone stay safe and look out for the people that have looked out for us. Take care, everybody. Take care.